We are a month and a half into 2025. I've seen this trend going around called No Buy 2025. Basically, you're not going to spend on unnecessary items and things like that. So I thought I'd jump on this and talk about what I'm doing for 2025. Because this year is about cutting back and staying disciplined. I mean, look at the economy. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 6 months? And this is not about depriving yourself. This is about being intentional with every dollar you spend. First and foremost, something that I should have done a long time ago is cutting out the alcohol. So if you go out drinking on a Friday night, even if you're not hungover on Saturday, you're going to be sluggish, you're going to be tired, you're going to have brain fog. And the weekends is the prime time for you to go into your side hustle, or if you have a weekend job or anything like that, you won't be able to do it because you're too tired. So it's not just about not being hungover. Like, you're going to be tired for a couple of days after that. Honestly, if you go out drinking on a Friday, you're going to be back to normal by like Monday afternoon. That's just how it works. So in 2024, I celebrated Christmas with some friends. And towards the end of the night, someone brought a whiskey bottle. We started drinking. So I go home and go to bed. At 3 a.m., I woke up and I started throwing up. And I was sitting there thinking, like, why do I even drink? Like, what benefit does it give me? Nothing. And I wasn't hungover or anything like that. I just started throwing up for no reason. I'm like, why do I drink? Oh, and let's not forget the financial side. If you live in a city like New York or Miami or LA, drinking is expensive. We're talking like $25 for a watered down drink. You're gonna need to drink like 10 just to get a buzz going. And they do that on purpose too. They make the drinks weak so you have to spend more. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a birthday party at a rooftop bar and I ended up spending $40 the whole night. I took public transportation in. I had seltzer water the whole night, and I took public transportation home. If I had been drinking alcohol, it would have been like $200 for the alcohol alone and like $50 for an Uber home because I'm too tired and drunk to take the subways. So yeah, just cut alcohol. Trust me, it's the best decision you'll ever make. Next, I had a bunch of bags sitting in my closet. So I used to work in fashion, and I would always be having these bags like Christmas raffles and birthday gifts for the employees. Like, I had like 5-6 bags sitting in my closet, but I never used them because they're travel bags. And I don't like traveling with expensive designer brands because you show up at the airport, sometimes the airline will force you to check your bag and then it gets stolen. So like, I don't feel comfortable traveling with expensive bags. I need something cheap. If it breaks, I can just replace it. So I bought a bag from Away. Great quality, looks good, but it costs like $150. If someone steals it or it gets damaged, I can just buy a new one. It's not the end of the world. So what did I do with my bags? I sold them. There is a site called fashionphile.com. They have a showroom in New York. I think they have one more in LA. And I just went there with my bags and they gave me $3K. I took the $3K, I put them in my high yield savings account. Like, why should I have all these bags sitting in my closet for no reason that I'm not going to use? And a lot of these high-end designer bags, they're heavy. The leather is heavy. They're not comfortable to walk around in. So what's the point? Why do we have this thing where we hold on to things that we don't want for God knows what reason? Like, oh, I paid for it. I'm going to lose money if I sell it. Just sell it, bro. You paid $1,000, you get $700. Otherwise, you paid $1,000 and you get zero. And just go through your closet. You probably have clothes, jackets, hoodies, whatever it is. Just get rid of it. Sell it or give it away. Trust me. Decluttering your life is going to make you feel better. So starting in February, I've committed to only eating out 3 times a week. And the reason is because I'm going to the gym 6 times a week. And you know what they say, 80% of your results is made in the kitchen. So in order for me to properly gain muscle, I need to control what I eat. And the best way to control what you eat is to make all the food yourself. When you go to a restaurant, you don't know what's in there. You don't know how much protein, you don't know how much calories, you don't know anything. The best thing you can do is to just eat at home. But sometimes you can go out and enjoy dinner with your friends sometimes. But for the most part, eat at home. Not only is this going to help me to learn how to cook better and, get better at that part, it's also going to save me a lot of money. I mean, the food alone is like 20, 30, 40 for a simple meal. And then you add tip on that. It's like it adds up really fast. So takeout 3 times a week, no more. Okay, let's talk about credit cards. I talk about credit cards a lot because they're really good if you know how to use them properly. A lot of people don't. So credit card companies will give you a promotion and say you get 100,000 points if you spend $3,000. They're hoping for you to go into debt. And a lot of people do go into debt. So what you got to do, you got to make sure that you can get the promotion and hit the spend without going into debt. That's how you get the maximum benefit from these credit cards. So in 2025, I'm going to go back into the credit cards hacking super aggressively like I used to do. Because I'm getting a lot of promotions and emails and even phone calls from all these credit card companies. They're like, get this credit card, we give you this. And I always say, no, I don't know. I guess I got lazy. But in 2025, I want to start traveling again. The best way to travel is to let the credit card companies pay for you. You know, it's important that you see the world for what it is. And America is very expensive to travel in. It is what it is. Like traveling from New York to Miami is like $500 round trip. Traveling from London to Rome is like $40 round trip. It's expensive here. So you got to use the tools that are available to you, which is credit cards, because if you use them correctly, you can travel for free. Now, I've written an ebook on how to travel with credit cards. And if 10 people comment points on this video, I will release the book in my links for free. So 2025 is going to be all about getting all the rewards, all the points you can, redeeming them for flights, for hotels, whatever you want, and being smart. All right, let's talk about subscriptions. We all have subscriptions, Hulu, Netflix, whatever. I used to have a lot of subscriptions. One of them was CapCut Pro. So this is how I edit this video with CapCut, and I would use CapCut Pro. It would give me some additional effects and things like that. But I realized that I don't need the effects in order to make a good video. The most important thing of a video is the video. It's the message, it's the storytelling, it's all that stuff. I mean, effects are great, but it's not a deal breaker. I decided that I don't have to pay the $10. There's a lot of effects that you can get with the free version. So I edited this video with the free version. Let me know what you think. I used Canva, or I still use Canva to do my thumbnails, but I had the professional version for $15 a month. And honestly, I thought about it for a while and I said, I can make these thumbnails without the professional version. So I decided to cut that as well. So right there, we're talking $25 a month, $300 a year on things that I don't really need. But listen, I'm not saying you can't have any fun. In 2025, I have something called a splurge item. I'm allowed to buy one thing that I really want. It doesn't matter what it is. And I can buy that item and it's considered a splurge. It could be a new suit, pair of sneakers, a jacket, whatever it is. There is one caveat. You have to be able to pay for it in cash. If you pay for it by credit card, you have to pay off the credit card at the end of the month. So no Klarning, no affirming, no payoff over time, none of that. You have to be able to afford it in one go. Then you can buy it. One splurge item for 2025. So pick something that you really want, just make sure it's within your means. So that's the rundown of my 2025 no buy challenge. Cut back on the things that are not adding value and add things that are adding value to your life. If you have any other tips on this, please drop them in the comments so we can learn from each other. So otherwise, let's get disciplined and make this year count.